Greetings and welcome to a nice chilly morning here somewhere in Balonshire. If you remember from last video, it's camped up at the corner of their free camping spot. No cost to stay here overnight, plenty of other campers around. Just watching the beautiful sunrise. It's currently 3 degrees, so yeah, it did get pretty chilly overnight, but I'm rugged up, nice and warm. Definitely was good that I brought all my warm gear with me. But yeah, I'm definitely getting much more accustomed to the whole car camping thing. There's definitely a few things I need to work on, like yeah, just really with over time, you know, practice doing this more and more. I'll get better and better at it. There's a few things I need to sort out, but overall I think I've done really well. Enjoying a nice warm cup of chai. No other movement here. I think I'm the first one up. It's a bit after 6. Woke up at 5:30. So yeah, first night of car camping was a resounding success. It's, yeah, I definitely feel much more secure with the window covers in the back. Yeah, I think depending where I'm at, I might even put some on the front as well, because you can sort of see just in there through that little gap. But then again, when I'm in there overnight, like, it tends to fog up anyway. I do always have one window slightly open, like usually the driver's side window. I have it slightly open because yeah, I don't want to sleep in there with everything closed up completely overnight, and that's partially why it fogs up. So yeah, I've got a good routine going. Like, what I usually do is like these muddy shoes, I left them underneath the car. Like when I was going in and out of the car before sleeping, I was always wearing these Crocs, and then I put them just down here on the floor there, because I don't want to get everything else a bit dirty, and they're not too bad. So I put them on the floor. Then this bag, which has my laptop and stuff, I put just down here. Like, I put it down there on top of the shoes. So yeah, I don't put the shoes on top. And yeah, just a few other stuff I fit down there in the corner. And yeah, and here I've got my hiking pack full of my camping supplies. Here I've just got my general day pack, and this is just all my electronics, so I keep that nice and secure down there. Sleeping bags and stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't have really needed 2 last night. I had them just in case. For the end of the night I did use 2 of them when it got pretty chilly. But yeah, the window covers mostly held. That back one corner did fall off once, but I put it back easily. So yeah, window covers working pretty good. I like this curtain like that as well. It's in front of the driver's seat. It's not perfect privacy, but just enough to like block people from looking in. Again, I might put some of the front window covers on as well. But with this seat down, I have more than enough space in the back. All my clothes stored in there, and that's pretty much everything really. And yeah, I've got a 10-litre jug of water here, which should be more than enough drinking water for the trip. Plus I brought my big metal bottle as well. Portable hiking stove here. Alright guys, I am ready to move on, heading onwards and upwards to St. George. Let's go. Get into gear, make sure I still know how to drive manual. Getting used to it on this trip. Alright, let's get out of this mud patch that we're in. Okay, alright. Windows still a bit foggy, I just wiped them down. Have the heater on full blast, it's still quite chilly. It's 6:45 at the moment. As you can see, I left the back rear window covers on. I don't really have to see out those windows, just these, all the way, the back windows, the main one, and of course the passenger ones. Okay, there's not much traffic here. Yep, we're all clear. Getting onto the main road. St. George. Well, I can really hear the wheels getting all that crap off. This trip, it's been on my mind for quite a while. I wanted to come out here, and yeah, we're still at the beginning. Yeah, I'll need another day or two, I think, just to properly get into the mindset that like I'm actually on this trip. It's all seemed like a bit of a blur thus far, but hey, we're doing really well. Made it to the town of St. George, and down here is the Balonne River. Wow, I must say that looks like quite a mighty river, much bigger than I was expecting. I mean, like many other waterways, I'm sure it's significantly higher than usual given how wet this year has been. Just gonna walk along the river a bit. Yeah, there's an information centre up there. I'll go check that out, although they're probably still closed. St. George Rugby Club, public toilets, and over there, information centre. I'm pretty sure it's still closed. It definitely looks closed, so I might head there a bit later on. I'll just wander around the Balonne River for now, and yeah, eventually go head into town. I think after the meal at Nindy Gully pub last night, I'm pretty much just going to stick to eating my own stuff. Again, I can afford it. Like I put aside some money for this trip. It's not like last year where I only had enough for fuel, but I don't know. I don't like splurging too much, especially on food, especially. Yeah, so 2010, 2011, they had some really big floods out here, and I was reading about that, and it said like I think 2/3 of the town had to be evacuated. Like this river just came all the way up, and it was just massive, devastating floods. St. George is a town of about 3,000 people, so here really every sizable community will have one memorial like this, even very small towns. Discussing St. George, locals who fought in the war. Squadron leader John Francis Jackson, and over here Warrant Officer Leonard Victor Warder. We were reading about at Nindy Gully yesterday. It says on there, yeah, he moved to Altamia and again to Nindy Gully. So yeah, he was in Nindy Gully where we were just before. Interesting. Let's just have a look. Heritage tour, 5-hour guided tour. Wow, I don't quite want to do a 5-hour guided tour, but definitely want to have a look around the town. Monday to Friday, 8:30. It opens at 8:30. Okay, we're still a bit early for that. Pamphlet, I'll take one of those. Yeah, cool. Yep, I'll take one of those. I'll have a look in there. Probably all they would give me anyway. There's some souvenirs in there, and they'd probably just give you one of these. So alright, I'll take one of those. Old farming equipment. Here it's explaining the history of floods and droughts. So there's quite a few major floods here with the Balonne River. It's got all the markers here showing how high the water got. So yeah, the peak floods that they had here were 3 consecutive years in a year, the 2010, 2011, 2012. Yeah, I remember the Brisbane floods from back then. So yeah, they had some severe floods out here as well, but peak ones like 2011, 2010, 2012, the 3 years in a row they had like pretty much peak flooding up like 14, 15, almost 15 meters. So you can just see these markers here of historic flood depths. Imagine the water being that high, like at the top it would pretty much go right over the road. 2,000 residents had to be evacuated during the 2012 floods to yeah, Dalby Showgrounds. That's quite a while away, 3-hour journey. So yeah, 2,000 people evacuated. So that's like 2/3 of the population here in St. George. Crazy stuff. You wouldn't imagine it when it's in a time of drought, but even now, like the river looks, yeah, quite high. And yeah, I was reading through that yeah, pamphlet a bit. Yeah, those national parks unfortunately are probably going to be inaccessible. It said, yeah, it's like a 40-50 kilometer dirt road to get from the main highway to get onto both of them, and it's clear and accessible in dry weather only. So yeah, given how wet it's been, I'm not going to risk going to those national parks today. Bit unfortunate, but hey, we'll have to plan that for when there's drier weather, because yeah, I definitely want to see some of those places. I'm walking into town now towards the main street. Still very quiet, not many people around, but yeah, so far I quite like the look of this town. It's wide streets, very peaceful, really nice down by the river as well. Of course, apart from when it floods, I'm sure. Ooh, St. George Bakery closing. It is closed December 20th, 2024. Rising costs of production, increasing pressures of regulation. The age of bakehouse no longer meets council standards, making it impossible to continue operating. I'm sure that must have been a famous local bakery here. They do have a pizza place now. St. George Bakery Pizza. Prices, yeah, wow. Nothing cheap today. St. George Pizza. Small pizza delivery. You saw Food Works, which is a small little grocer, quite common across regional Australia. Just a block further up the road, got an IGA, plenty of places to get groceries. Australia Post over there, saw a pharmacy back there, and yeah, it's a small little town, 3,000 people, but yeah, it seems to have all the basics covered. Country University Centre, Boulogne. Cultural Centre. Little clock tower. Boulogne Shire Council. That's where I drove up. Boulogne Shire Council. Okay, this is the council building here. Tower. Carnarvon Highway. Yep, that's where we came from. All these towns, really, even Gundy, it doesn't look as bad to me as what people are saying. Like, I mean, I'm mainly saying talking people from the city, right? Of course, from the city, people have all these preconceived notions and judgments about how life must be in the country. But yeah, that's really why I'm out here, because I just want to be in these places and just walk the streets and just get the general vibe of the place, see what it actually is like. If I didn't have that meal at the pub last night, I would be tempted to stop for a meal somewhere, but I think I'll stick to being more self-sufficient this time. Up here we have the first church that I've seen in this town. Christ Church Anglican service. There we have Anglican Parish of St. George. I can see a church bell up there. Foundation stone was set by the Venerable Frank Knight, THL, Archdeacon of Brisbane, on Sunday 8th November 1959, in memory of the fallen of the 2 world wars, and Earl Richardson, DCM, Douglas Bruce Richardson, with Keith Wallace Richardson, the Reverend Noel D. Bevan, the priest in charge. caravan over there. Someone's out. Sunday service, 8:30. Help yourself. Ah, okay. What do they have here? So it looks like there's some. They leave some books and food for people. Can I open? Top. Ooh, okay. Looks like if you're in need, you can come here, help yourself. Some canned food. Soy milk, or I'll stay away from that. But yeah, I've already got plenty of canned food in the car, in my esky. Some books. Book exchange here. Just because people can come here and just leave, yeah, whatever they want, just for anyone in need. It's good to see local community supporting each other. Collection box. And over there we have the St. George Bowls Club, and yeah, other side of the church. So that's pretty much everything in the main part of town here. I just wanted to have a walk around. Yeah, probably a few of those businesses I'd like to visit, even that gallery and all that, Emu Egg, but yeah, I'm more interested in actually just getting the vibe of the place, seeing the streets, rather than doing all these touristy things. Just about to have my breakfast. We're going to have low sugar granola and unsweetened coconut milk. Just gonna use my cup. Like, I don't even bring a bowl in it. I just use my cup for stuff like this. Reuse it to drink my teas and stuff like this. It's just easier. Have one utensil that does multiple tasks. So yeah, I quite like St. George. I'm very impressed by the town actually, by walking around. And yeah, so gonna have breakfast. It's 8:45 now, so yeah, then I shall possibly go check out Beardmore Dam, and then we'll head onwards, continuing to head west. Okay, before I head off from St. George, there's one more thing I want to do. I was just checking on maps. We're only a bit over 3 hours from our next major destination, which I'm not planning quite to get there. The place I'm staying today is a bit outside that place, so I wouldn't even have to quite go a whole 3 hours. So we do have still some time to make some detours and all that. So I'm going to head on to Beardmore Dam. It's about half an hour from here, in the other direction to where I'm going actually. I think it's further north. So yeah, I'll go check out Beardmore Dam, maybe anything else that catches my eye in the area, and then slowly start heading further westwards. It's only about 3 hours, so won't be quite as long as yesterday. Plus yesterday I only left at 10:40. It's still like 9 AM now, so we got plenty of time. Guys, that was my attempt to get to Beardmore Dam. It did say that there was some water over the road, and yeah, anyway, I still turn left. No, shut up GPS. I'm not going to Beardmore Dam. Just look, this is the start of it. It's getting swampier. Yeah, very wet, muddy. Yeah, I could possibly make it. I'm not taking unnecessary risks in this car, so we are turning around. We're not doing Beardmore Dam. I'm just going to start heading to the pulled over to the side here, driven back towards St. George. Didn't quite get to Beardmore Dam. That road looked like it was getting more and more treacherous, so I decided to turn around before I potentially got bogged. And yeah, out here definitely don't want that. So yeah, this here's the main road going west. Forgot the name of the highway. Yeah, it's the highway going west, continuing westwards towards where we're going. Down here is indeed the Ballon River. I just wanted to go get some shots of the bridge. I drove across it. They do have a dam here already, which explains why that water level there is so high. Right along the riverbank there, on the other side is where we were walking before, Ballon River, and then here's the main bridge. There's a bit of a dam actually. So let's go down here and have a look. What is this? Water levels may rise rapidly and without warning due to sudden water surge. High waves or fast moving water may result in serious injury or death. Danger. Water storage area. No unauthorized access. Recreational. Restricted. All water. All persons must comply. Yeah. Wow. Alright, well, we're not going to go down, definitely. So yeah, the river level is pretty high on this side, but then over here I just noticed driving across, it's very low. So they already have a dam here. Yeah, we're not going to go down there, definitely. Water supply works, no unauthorized access. Just want to get some views of this. We'll leave. So here's the bridge. Yep, that's the water level. If you can see right through there where my finger, that's the water level there. And then it's significantly lower here. So you can imagine if all this water just releases, whoosh, this whole area down here, floodplain, would just be underwater. Okay, that's a little spillway under there. That's how the water gets down there. So yeah, they're clearly controlling the flow of this river. And I can imagine if there's risk of flooding up here, they'll let more water go downstream this way to stop it flooding up there. So you can see right here where I'm standing, we're all the way up here, goes down there, and then the water is right down there. And yeah, where I'm standing now is the current water level of this river. So yeah, a bunch of weeds on the side here, but that's the actual Ballon River. We were walking just along there before. Didn't know there was a dam like this just in town. We don't even need to go that far to see Beardmore Dam. There's already one here. Alright, that's all I wanted to see. Gonna jump back in the car and continue our trip. I've seen everything I want to see now in St. George. Very nice town. But yes, the journey continues, heading on westwards. We'll easily reach our destination today. Ballon Highway, that's what we are. So we're continuing westwards on the Ballon Highway. Onwards and upwards. Right, just having a quick pit stop in the town of Ballon. People seem to just park in the middle between the road here, no problem. And yeah, up here there's a sign for Wallam Creek Camping Grounds. That is actually the next place on the map that said there is free camping. I knew on the first day I wouldn't make it all this way, but I was thinking maybe the second night even spend here, but no, that's definitely too short of a journey so far. But yeah, it's this one also has pretty good reviews, Wallam Creek. So if you are in this area, in the town of Ballon or near St. George, and you want somewhere to camp, then this is potentially a good area to do so. Just the main road going through town here. Yeah, school over there. Very quiet, peaceful area. This is nowhere near as bad as Nindy Gully was. Wallam Creek campsite, traditional land of the Kuma people, St. George region. Some old antiques up here. Some old farming equipment, plows. Big water tank up there, probably to service the campsite. Ooh, old steampunk engine. So talking about this water tank. The tank stand and tank were erected in 1948 to give the town a reliable water supply. So there, this is for the town water supply. Timber was sourced from Blackbutt in the South Burnett region, Queensland. Golden Horn of Dirran Bundy. Bridge builder was responsible for the erection of structure. Sonny Raymond of Gondiwindi built the tank in 3 pieces that all up weighed 3.5 ton. It was bolted together on top of the stand. The tank was much larger than the tank on it today. So there was a bigger tank on there. Whole structure sits on top of the ground. The posts do not go in the ground and therefore is not saw cut out of the place. Right. So the fact that they have it up so high like that, that'll, yeah, you wouldn't really need to use much pumping or anything, pumps or anything to get good water pressure. It'll just go straight down. Interesting. Up here is indeed the main campsite, I believe. And Nindy Gully, I mean, it's the historic pub, of course, and definitely a nice campground down by the Moonee River, but I think with the wet conditions this is probably going to be a bit of a better place, and I'm quite liking the more secluded spots up here. You could definitely find somewhere. I noticed on the drive here we are definitely into proper Outback Queensland now. Look, getting that signature red soil, campfires, and down here is the river. Balonne Shire Council. So it just goes this way. Wallam Creek camping area. Okay, so anywhere up here you can just basically come up and camp. This is definitely in a better state than Nindy Gully. Would not worry about getting bogged here at all. It's much drier. And the river is definitely very high once again. Let's just come and camp anywhere here, I think. Up here we've got toilets and what looks like a cemetery. Many interesting camping routes here. Caravans, a few buses, motorhomes. Yeah, I think I definitely would have preferred to stay here compared to Nindy Gully. Drive all the way up here, plenty of secluded places along by the river, and yeah, nowhere near as boggy. Okay. So there was a local cemetery here, and then yeah, next to it just got turned into a campground. Alright, I've just moved the car because I've spotted up here a toilet block which also has some free public showers. The place I'm staying at today, I'm sure will have showers, but I'm someone, I don't like having showers in the evening. I really don't. I much prefer to have it morning or even midday. So, hey, free public shower. Alright, we are doing really well. Continuing on westwards, leaving the town of Boulogne. Really awesome that I spotted those showers at the end. I was about to leave after checking out the campsite, and then suddenly free showers. So really good, don't have to worry about it today. Keep driving westwards, try to get to our next destination. I think I'm going to be able to get further than even the campsite that I'm meant to be staying at. So I don't know, I mean, I'll still stay there probably because I've booked it, but yeah. I'm definitely now more a fan of not planning these kind of trips. Like yes, plan out like roughly where you want to go. Like yeah, I planned exactly that. Okay, I want to do this route, see these places, but I think it's best to leave it flexible in terms of accommodation where you're staying. Like most of these towns out here, you're always going to find somewhere to stay, somewhere to park up or accommodation. It's not like tourist hotspot where it's always kind of going to be booked out. So that's one thing I would definitely do in the future. Like I probably wouldn't book anything at all. I would just rock up places and yeah, definitely find somewhere. It's a beautiful sunny day, completely clear skies, currently 18 degrees. So yeah, loving life. Nothing to complain about at the moment. Really enjoying the trip so far. We're definitely in proper Outback Queensland now.